everyone, welcome back to Adulthings, and we are finally at our episode 5. Today we are with our dakilang eldest and top daughter.
Hello everyone, I'm Donor. Yes.
Oh, yes. May pa-hand clap. So today we wanted to talk about exactly what I said earlier, which is being a thought daughter and an eldest daughter. So for context, we both are eldest daughters. Siyempre, lisod po dog siya lang, but that can also be another conversation. Pero next na siya. So eldest daughter me, and then we only have one sibling, babae. And then,
8 years ang gap.
yes, tama. So,
And what makes it more interesting, kay she's born on August 10, I'm August 11, per 2006 siya. So we're both Thursday babies. Wow!
yes, like, di ba? Like, the coincidence. And then, we are in the same circle. Like, so close jud me. Dili lang kay kanang murag kay ilaming, hala, ay, okay, oh my God. Oo, ganon. Hindi ganon. Like, ganito talaga. So, unsa yun itong first na itong murag i-talk about? Like, sige, what is the question, Madam Chair?
Thank you. Well, so basically, wala jud for the first time guys, wala kaming maayos sa structure as type A people. But what we've come up kasi is that we would describe how is it to be a thought daughter and an eldest daughter at the same time. So on our perspective, syempre. Sige, you go first.
Okay, ako first. So, being an eldest, kanang mura siya kana ganing unspoken na rule na you become the breadwinner of the family. Ingana. So like for sa ako ang experience as being the eldest, like sa imuha naput ang pressure on like kanang iahon imuhang family sa kahirapan, or kung unsa man mo karon dapat i-lift pa nimo sila mas maayo pa ana good. And at the same time kay mura pud siya sa imuha like sa imuha first jud ang katong giingon ni Taylor Swift nga kanang ikaw jud ang pinaka first na i-kuan dira ada slaughter. Or yung ana ang experience day as a eldest daughter, and kanang if maka ano pud na ko no like makita na ko sa uban gani kay murag madlok sila og eldest daughters kanang murag I don't know, murag daghan magud kay pressure sa eldest daughter, so like dili kayo magpakuha ng uban, pero at the same time kay magets na ko ang uban nganong ma-intimidate sila sa amo ang pagka-independent, kay we were really taught to carry it all alone by ourselves, kay murag gina-expect pud ganita na kanang kaya nato tanan ingana. And then at sa pag-abot sa pagiging thought daughter, like some dili man tanan eldest daughter kay mga thought daughters pero if thought daughter ka nga eldest daughter pa jud ka, samot ikaw na dog na ka panguli na mong tanan. Mura siya gingana guys, kay if combined ang two na definition of personality, kay murag mamatay na siguro ka sa kanang too much thinking pud about everything. Kaya like you're not only thinking about your family, you're also thinking about like there's this web of life manggod na you're thinking of. It's not just yourself, it's not just about being the eldest, it's also you also feel like ikaw lang ang naga-initiate sa uban nimo na mga endeavors or like circles of friends ana, kay mura pug mahimong mom ana murag naay innate sa imuha nga kanang ikaw ang mom of the group ana gani, or like yeah. How about you?
How about me? Siguro I would want to talk about the being the eldest first, like what she did. So, ayun, I really agree that at a very young age, she would step into the shoes of someone who takes a lot of responsibilities very young. Like, let's say, I was 8 years old. 8 years old mi ato. And syempre, being the only child for the longest time, 8 years is very long naman po good. Kay, syempre, you're a developing child. Wow! Dabsay? Wow. So, ayun. So, murag, it's a big culture shock in a way to parang, uy, may kapatid pala ako. Ganyan. And it's very hard to understand for a child na hindi na siya, na parang biglang hindi na good sa kanya yung spotlight, which is normal in a household with a lot of children, syempre. And during that time, I had to fill in the shoes of um, my parents because they were busy working, syempre, for our future, ganito, ganyan. And parang, they gave you a lot of responsibilities and you were too young to actually cater all of them. Pero, syempre, you had no choice kasi it's like, it's given to you na eh. And ayun, parang, you are also figuring out life for the first time naman din kasi, but you really can't entirely blame anyone for this. Kay, ayun, that's the cycle of life. So, in the aspect naman of being a thought daughter, I really do agree that it's not necessary na eldest daughter ka, thought daughter ka din. Kasi, being a thought daughter, kay you would be able to feel things, think through things sa tanan-tanan, murag ma-feel nimo siya na dili di ko normal na ma-feel sa uban, or am I just exaggerating it, but like mo man gud jud to among na feel, guys, so please don't ay. So yeah, being a thought daughter, you would be able to view things in life na hindi ganun ang pag-view ng mga tao good. And you would see certain aspects and perspectives in life where ikaw lang po ang makasabot unless you actually share it to other people and let them understand what that certain view is.
Na para bang I've Seen It All by Olivia Dean.
Yeah. I love
Yeah, I actually nung kaganang same ako ang thoughts kang donor na early jud sa mo ama dawat ang responsibilities without even our parents or everyone else asking if it's okay for us to take all those responsibilities, like kanang okay lang ba nak na ikaw sa ani, or okay lang ba your okay lang ba nga kani ana na.
We weren't able to decide for our own, syempre.
Yeah, and then I guess one of the things na dili lang na mo siguro bet no as an eldest daughter is kanang we also become like parent pleasers ringana because of it, and sometimes a few of us can grow up as people pleasers, and which results to burnout in the long run because we can't say no, or we weren't like kanang early on na natunan na mo nga we can say no ana sa mga bagay-bagay, because if we say no, we think na we are kanang murag na po gina.
Na parang it's a big guilt on our end na if we say no to those, especially when it comes to our parents, parang marang pangit gud siya sa feeling, parang ganun.
Murag kanang say to ganoy. Murag kumbaga mataint ang amo ang reputation as the eldest. Kaya like you're supposed to be like this, anana. So like from a young age we were already told who we're supposed to be without us even like presenting who we really are. Like that.
I love that. It's very quotable.
So, unsa naman eh. Napatanahimik kami sa guys. Sorry guys. So, pero dili man tanan po eldest daughter yung same mga experience. Pero with us, it's also a relief to know na kanang uy same data na. Kaya like naapod ba yung mga uban na like middle child sila, youngest sila nga nilang ma-feel. So like napoy ba na eldest daughter sila pero black sheep sila of the family, marag something nga. So like it's a different dynamic. Pero so karon, let's talk about something na ganahan na to o dili na to ganahan sa pagiging eldest daughter.
Sige, what do we want? Ang dili sa ganahan.
Ang dili sa ganahan.
Refresh siya sa
Okay.
sa atong ganahan.
Ang dili sa ganahan kay para ano ba kanang magka-comeback dayon pagka. Sige go, ikaw.
Okay, so for me, I quite have a few. I want. But actually kasi, in today's context, especially in social media, the image of eldest daughters are very saturated. Ang iba, gina-romanticize, gina-glorify even, and without actually parang parang taking a minute to actually reflect about their situation good na parang in a way man good if you glorify something so much parang may makalimutan ka na certain aspects to which it could invalidate that parang person. So for me ang dili na ko kaayo ganahan is aside sa you were given a lot of responsibilities at a very young age, there's a lot of pressure sa imuha at a very young age until you grow up, until it gets so overwhelming. Yung gani maka burn out siya. But of course, may choice ka? Wala. Wala kang choice. So all you have to do is to actually learn how to deal with it. And parang, ano magod siya guys? Lisod siya on our end ba? Kasi like what I've said earlier, we're also figuring out life on our own for the first time. So, wala gid kaayo mag-guide sa imuha to how to actually do this, do that. Aside if you have, syempre, parents na like very hands-on. And on my end naman, my parents wouldn't let me raw dog everything, especially in terms of finances man pud uy. But yeah, I'm really grateful for that. Pero since we're talking about what we don't like, siguro another thing would be when you get invalidated because you're trying to speak up. Kasi ano man good, especially in an Asian household, speaking up means parang it's a disrespect towards your parents, to which you just want to be heard, di ba? All your life, you just wanted to be heard. And lahi man good na lang pagsabot on their end. So it's really a long way to go. And on my end, I tried a lot of times to speak up. And sometimes naman, yeah, it works. Pero ayun nga, it takes a lot of steps or like it's a very long process. And wala guys, aside sa you're also like syempre you're the first kid, so like they will also figure out how to parent you. So siguro it's a good thing na lang in terms of pagdating sa next kid, kay they wouldn't do the same on how they dealt with us the first time. And okay, let's give them grace kasi it's their first time becoming parents too. No, sayang clusters ko. Okay, so ikaw.
Me, kay number one would be why would you make us your investment plan? like kanang I think oo, open letter to. Char lang. Pero that's what I've noticed, Manggod. Eldest daughters, eldest sons, anyone who is the eldest, kay hilmuon nila og kanang investment plan. Dahil kanang murag nakasanayan magud na to, especially in the Philippines, to raise our children so that they could give us something in return. And that something in return budget is not just kanang murag utang na loob gani, it's also about kanang ikaw mo buhi sa pamilya nimo after ana. And then I mean it's not necessarily a bad thing, pero siguro mura siya on the end of the spectrum na pathological na siya kumbaga, because if dili siya necessarily a bad thing, it should be like kanang murag innate na gani sa bata nga kanang I would give back to my parents, or I would give back to my family because ingani sila kabutan, ingani sila ka provider sa amua ana. And then dili lang siya kanang murag obligation gani na kanang murag i-push jud sa bata nga magkayod jud siya para sa iyahang parents. And then sometimes ang mga eldest kay murag mablind gani sila sa ilahang true purpose in life because of that, because tied kayo sila ana nga identity alone. And kanang ang result ana usahay is that they're just working for their family, no longer for themselves. And so, murag, their own identity is tied to their family alone, and wala sila like autonomous na kanang own na personality nila nga kanang away or outside of their family, which is really really sad, because by the time they do return to their parents, or like kanang nakahatag na sila, nakagive back na sila, what are they gonna do with their life now? Like magka-crisis pud na sila guys. So yeah, mag-base kog study sa charot go over. Pero yeah, I feel like mo na siya ang murag result or kanang end road gani sa mga eldest daughters or eldest sons ana sa ilang family or bisag katong mga nag-breadwinner or ang nagtagasalo sa ilahang family, which is just sana i-avoid natin yan siya.
below sa study mo.
Link, oo, with study na takaron kay basin makaingan sila nga patakam siya glatok. No, no, no.
It's due to empirical research. Wow.
Yeah, statistically proven siya, guys. So, ang number 2 pod is that kanang mag-expect sila nga you know everything. And then I have this kanang collection of pictures ba nga kanang I was a kid like kanang magbutang sulatan ako siya og like mga questions or mga phrase. And then kanang pares good sa ginabuhat ni Jeloy conception like kanang things you never said. Tama ba? O things you never said. And then mura po jug kanang gimo na ko siyang murag gallery kuntahay or like kanang collection album ana. Tapos na isa dito I think I wrote down why do adults expect us to know everything when they themselves don't have the answer. So like sa ako ang ma-feel as the eldest daughter in my own household and in my kanang environment na nadak-an, not just in my family ha. I mean, I love my parents, I love my sister, I love everyone sa ako ang family. But of course, who are we people if not for our imperfections? So kato, ako ang mabantayan lang pod sa ila or ma-observe nako is that murag kanang dapat kabalo na ka ana like kanang wala makakabalo ana like as if gitudluan na gani ka pero wala pa jud gitudluan kanang murag I feel like gina-expect lang nila nga you are there to observe what they are doing na sometimes you don't even like what they're doing, so why would I copy you or something ana gani. So like kanang ang third one ay daga na the third one connected siya sa second, which is kanang they cannot accept na there are other ways to do something or to do a thing ana kay like they mo ni ako ang ginaisip na generational dilemma. And of course as an eldest murag you would speak up to your sibling baya or so your siblings na kanang pwede man ingani pwede ingana nya paguman kay murag ang previous generation they always dili lang ang ato ang previous generation ha, but like the previous budget like it's a generational dilemma na naga-cycle and then dili siya naga-break, which is we think na they are right because they are the older ones. Yeah. And mo lang na akong dili ganahan because dapat they give these children a chance to like kanang create their own mechanisms, and it shouldn't be like one truth and to hold. So like there can be a lot of truths that can coexist at the same time, and I wish na yeah people would understand that. Okay. Ayun sa ba mo mugbo na ta sa sa ganahan. Okay. 18 minutes in, so dili na ta sa atong ganahan para dili na ta makabasin mo hilak ang charot. Sige, go.
So what I actually like being the eldest is that you were already parang trained to actually how to face life on your own. So it's like not a big of a culture shock na ba when you actually enter a different city, a different environment. So murag it's not of big of a culture shock na jud kay naman napilitan ka ng basta yon, you get it guys. And another siguro kay you were able to stand up for things that you like you want to do because you were taught to be brave and be strong at a very young age. So you would, parang na-adapt mo na siya na attitude as you grow up na no, dili ko nimo pwede daog-daogon kay nga naman pa daog-daog man ko sa imo American na siya. And siguro another kay we're able to be a person full of empathy. Diba? Kay you saw different versions of your parents, different versions of your sibling. So you would be able to actually understand where they are coming from. Pero ayun gani, a person can only do so much, and that empathy does not really have to go a long way, especially if ikaw na ang agrabyado. So, ayun. Siguro, some of the few things that I like being here.
Ako, kay na ba? Ay, charot lang.
Okay, bye.
Dili, oy, joke ra guys, wait lang. Maguna-una sa ako. Tagay sa kong chance, guys. Murag na-overfood ko sa sa mga things I don't like. Sige, go. Ay, by the way, we are at Muni Muni, a new cafe in Davao sa Champaka Street. Tama ba? Yeah, Huna Subdivision. So, what are the things that I like? I think I agree with Donor that we do have like a very big sense of empathy towards almost everyone, especially as a thought daughter. So like murag na-include na po ng
Ano nalimutan nan ba na aspect sa isa ka tao. So murag, ay, grabe na kayo mong paghatag og benefit of the doubt, girl. Like,
Yeah, I think also what I like is kanang we somehow know na kanang we somehow lang ha. We somehow know when to set boundaries. Like kay like dili naman ko uban na.
pala natin mag-set ng boundaries.
Meron sa akin.
Uy, grabe ka naman.
Oo.
Na ma-explain ang
No, kato lagi like kanang naamang like there's this spectrum and then there's this maladaptation and then there's malignancy. So in maladaptation guys. So in maladaptation guys, kay murag diraan na kanang murag na over apod nimo og adapt ang imuhang identity ana. So as an eldest daughter, naman siya yung mga negative sides which is na mention na namo gay na dili na mo siya usabon kay dili na ta mag-ruminate ana oy. Chares. So kay happy na ba yung birthday? So para sa food. So like when it comes food sa ay sorry Donor ha. When it comes to like setting boundaries, murag related siya sa giingon ni Donor na first niya na ganahan as an eldest daughter, which is kanang you learn how to step up for yourself or stand up for yourself kay you were like taught how to be brave ana. So like even if you stand up against your parents or your friends or whatever na kanang murag overstep sila sa imong boundaries ba kay kanang murag ma-proud pud gani ka na kay napudi kay something kanang natunan from your parents na kanang ay kaya ko pala to na ganito ana. And then uy tututu ay sorry angel number. And then another thing is siguro kanang pagiging initiator kay like although at the same time kay kanang pero dili ko ganahan if ma-over siya, like, mal-adapt.
Murag, siya, nasa good and bad sides.
Yeah, like, recent po dyan ako na natunan tong nagbasa ko sa libro nga, kalimutan ko sa title, basa mo ni siya. Basa mo ni siya. Kana siya na libro, like, you can't take something na kanang good lang siya tanan because everything has like a good side and a bad side. Just like a coin na naadyo siya, Yes. Yin and yang.
Ang sa galito na na yung theory, black and white. Psychodynamic. Sige, balikan na to.
Yeah.
Sabi ko black and white.
Ano ba yung yin and yang?
Iba yun ang ginaano ko sa
Okay,
psychology.
theory. Okay. Search, paki-search, chares. Ano sa man siya? Okay, sige. Babalikan by Adi. Sorry guys. Wait lang, asan naman ko dapit? Asan ako dapit? Okay. Ay, hindi. Yung sa libro. Okay. Okay, so like there is a book that said na something good, everything has a good side and a bad side. And recently, katong phrase na what's meant for you will always find you. It also goes the same thing sa mga bad people or the bad stuff. So like for like a win and a lose, like part of the package jud na siya. And when it comes to being an initiator, sometimes ikaw lang isa, sometimes kay ikaw lang ang makahuna-huna. As the thought daughter, sometimes ikaw ra ang makahuna-huna.
Para jud.
Unsa gaytong sumpay na?
Ikaw ra jud, ikaw na jud.
Okay. Dili katong isa. Katong kahit mga adik. Ay.
ang addict sa amin ay si Hikari.
Uy! Basta ka to siya guys, kabalo naman na guys. Kay mga chronically online man mo, di ba? So, yes, kato siya. Like, recently, na-learn ako nga kanang, I love being the one who initiates, but I also don't like it when ako na lang perminti tanana. So, like, kanang, siguro, one of the things na kanang, sana, kanang lugi-lugi ang ano, lugi-lugi ang, dili, lugi ta ba as the eldest daughter? Kay kanang, kita perminti ang magplan, kita perminti ang marganana.
Like, Mark, ikaw na lang perminti tanan. So, like, can't other people have the, like, initiative and the common sense to actually plan something?
Yeah, yung ana siya. Pero, what we like, di ba? So, like, what I like about it. What I... Sorry. So, what I like about it is, kanang, mara po siyang mahimong special moment sa inyohang sa imong life, kung sa imuha ba ng family, sa imong friends, or sa imuhang mga acquaintances na kanang ikaw ang nakahuna-huna ani. Di ba? As an eldest daughter mo na pagag mahimong leader nga na. Pero nindot man good siya in a way nga kanang you also feel full after giving ana ba. Yeah.
Ako gusto yan.
Ay, okay na siya gusto yan.
Sa mga likes, para naman, ano.
Sige, go.
Siguro, another trait or another attitude that I like because of what we've experienced na develop namin throughout the years is we know what we want already and hopefully we wouldn't settle for less.
Yeah.
Kasi we've been raised to be independent kids. Independent kids, ha? Not adults yet. So, trying to figure out that part. So,
Adulting pa.
yes, adulting pa. So, ano man good for me, it's real though na it's somehow makairita good when people don't know what they want. Tapos parang they actually just asa sa imuha. Because yun gani, yung sabi niya, we always almost initiate everything. Tapos maka-offend siya when you always say, I don't know, sa amua. Kaya girl, ba't pala kang alam, girl? So maybe for once, guys, we try to break that certain patterns of us to actually know what we want, good. Kaya sa amua man good, we learned that if you don't know what you want, then kinsa ang magpa-realize sa imuha kung sa imong ganahan. Kasi, yeah, like, make it make sense na lang siguro. And, ayun, that's what I like. Kay, we know our worth and we wouldn't settle for less for the barest minimum when in fact, we can provide it for ourselves.
Tama. Actually, makita po na ko nga although kanang likeable siya na trait kay murag when we kanang murag mag-expect po ta ka sa people ba na they should also know what they want. Murag gina-project po na to kung unsa tong yun sa may pag-race murag kumbaga pero ay na guys.
It's not always the case. So.
It's not always the case. And pero murag isa man pud good siya sa bridge gani especially if like isa ka sa mga people who are friends with eldest daughters, murag isa jud sila sa imuhang part sa imong life nga they would make you realize that like what do you want ana like kanang girl ana murag
Girl, do something. Do something right now.
murag isa sila sa part sa imong life nga mo prank ka jud sila sa imuha day. So like, yeah. Usahay pod kay kami, di may makaprangka sa mong sarili or like too much prangka pod be sa mong sarili. So like,
It's never in between.
yeah, it's never in between. Kanang like, ana Jimmy guys. Like, wala may diri, ana Jimmy.
Yeah, too much or kulang po.
Yeah, actually. And another thing na pod, sige, let's add to the list.
Sige.
Another thing I like is that me personally kay kanang I'm the type of friend na mga judog advice kay like sometimes kay murag I know what I want pero at the same time murag gina-question nako ang gina-question nako ang validity of my decisions.
Joke na.
Ay sobra anong charing. Pero kato guys kanang I'm the type of friend who asks for advice because I don't want to make a mistake. Murag nga na ako and then one thing I like about that is right now I'm learning to not just accept everyone's opinions pero like kanang stand on my own katong pingon niya. Kay like I grew up like always kanang gasunod sa kung unsa ang ginaingon sa uban because gani kay mo na ang ilahang gusto nga may tabo. For me as the eldest daughter murag ginapush pud nila nga kanang na ay perfect image of you gani, like not just for your family but for everyone else who are watching your family, murag gana mo kang mapansin. But kanang what I like about it now kay like where I'm learning to kanang jump from there to here. Ay. Yeah, so I think that's about it man for me. And ikaw ba may idadagdag ka pa ba?
Um, wala na. Parang tama na siya. Parang joke. So, ayun. Siguro just to synthesize. Being an eldest daughter and a thought daughter at the same time is not for the weak.
Yeah.
Because you have to and will sit with your own thoughts every time you have the chance.
Very
Like, bisag masulod lang ka sa CR. Diba? Like, maano ni mo na, wow, like, super na siguro mong discernment, mong reflection of everything in one day. So, mo na, we cannot just say na we could actually stop the overthinking, the thinking, because parang it's already embedded within us naman good. And actually, as the eldest, I would really want to have a very relaxed nervous system. Kahit for a few moments or ano lang, na parang hindi ka good naka-fight or flight mode every day in your life.
Kanang murag amo ang essence jud guys is surviving. Murag ana amo ang motto of life sukad.
And it's sad because you're just surviving, not living life.
Yeah, which is sad jud siya guys. Pero wala pa man human ang life. So 'di ba? It's our kanang responsibility to heal ourselves and our responsibility to like break the patterns of the generation. And pinaagi sa among selves and pinaagi pod sa among future families kung kaloyan sa Ginoo ingana, and also sa among siblings ana. It's a great practice to have like kanang sa i-apply nimo sa imong siblings ang dili nimo ma-apply sa imong self. Murag nga na gani kagets ba ka? Oo, ingana. Oo. Kanang murag if dili ka kind sa imong self, okay sige, try to mirror kindness towards everyone else until ma-mirror back. Ay, sing. Oo. Ganun good siya. And sa man to nawala na ako sa akong train of thoughts. Isa pa ba? Di mo nag-synthesize naman ka?
Huwag akong synthesis.
Ay, okay. Sorry. Paragraph 1 ba dito? Paragraph 2. Okay.
May synthesis pag dalawang paragraph. Baka mabash tayo naman. Joke lang.
Sorry, guys.
Nilaman ng research.
Napami sa step 1 sa mong research. Pero guys, tinood siya guys na kanang even though kanang gipadakutan na ingani nga na sometimes we gotta unlearn that shit. Like sometimes there are a lot of things we need to unpack like along the way that padulong na ta mag-adults because if dili man nato ma-hurt ang atong selves, we could hurt someone else ana. And another thing before we end everything.
Kuyawan na synthesis ni Oy.
Ay, sorry. Sometimes, kanang murag, sige na to og speak about all this stuff na mo ang like nastoryaan pod kay kami pod ang murag makapasakit sa uban ana because of the patterns na kato like embedded in us. Pero sometimes dili siya good na pattern, and then it is our job like to look at it, sit with it, pero not too long because we can't sit at our wounds forever. So, yeah, it's our job to heal our wounds, and I hope kamo man nagag-watch mo ng mga eldest daughters or mga thought daughters dira, I hope you don't get wrapped up or kanang warp dahil sa imuhang mga thoughts too much. So, sit, but don't sit for too long.
Because guys, the only way through life is through. Ayan siya.
And thank you so much for this wonderful podcast. Hanggang sa muli.